So what I've realized is that the majority of the human population essentially does pretty much their whole life without thinking. And this video isn't me saying I'm better than you, because I actually think I have fucked my life up just as bad as the rest of you fuckers. Because I didn't really think. Because we're basically programmed to not think. Think about it. As a kid, most of us don't even like the food our parents are feeding us. What do most kids say when you feed them bullshit? Because kids are very in tune with their taste buds. They'll drink milk. They're okay with that. You give them a fruit smoothie, they're okay with that. You give them a green juice, they're okay with that. You give them a nut milk, they're okay with. What happens when you give a kid some bullshit, like some steak, like super chewy, hard to digest, because red meat's not good for you? I remember my mom would try to give me a lot of steak and I hated it. I'd be like, ew, this is nasty. So the kid knows. The kid is thinking, this doesn't taste good, this doesn't chew right. The kid knows. The kid would rather have something easy to digest, like a popsicle. Some kids even like raw butter or egg yolks. But then you try to give the kid like some bread, and a lot of times the kid's like, this doesn't taste right. This is all chewy and flavorless. A lot of kids, when you give them junk food, they oftentimes don't even like it their first time eating it. They start playing with it. They don't know what to do with it. They're like, this is food. They rub it on they're like, is this food or is this a toy? What does the parent do to get the kid to stop thinking and no longer taste or smell to recognize it's not food? Why aren't you grateful? Shut up and eat it. I cooked it for you. The kid's like, ew, I don't like the taste. You better like what you're served. But why? Why not allow the kid to think more and be like, no, I don't like this. This is nasty. I'd rather have a strawberry and banana smoothie filled with antioxidants. I'd rather have a hemp milk made with dates filled with antioxidants. Kids would rather have like a coconut smoothie than like a piece of white bread. And then the parents try to feed their kids these cheap like food stamp foods. And the kid starts playing with it, and the kid chews it and spits it out. And then the parent's like, why are you spitting it out? That's your food. I gave that to you. Why aren't you grateful? So our parents, a lot of our parents, and thankfully I've made my mom aware of this. So she's no longer really like this, I don't think, as much. But a lot of our parents brainwash us to shut our brain off and just listen to them. Because instead of realizing that we're our own human being and that we're not doing anything personally against them, like maybe we just don't like the food because it's not right for us. Instead of them realizing that, a lot of people's parents have egos and think, why isn't he grateful for the food? And so a lot of people's parents brainwash the kid to shut off their brain, because a lot of times as a kid, you know certain things are wrong. Like, you don't want to be inside a building all day. You want to be outside playing, getting vitamin D. Next thing you know, you have health issues because you were forced inside of a building your whole life. You see what I'm saying? But the kid knows that that's wrong. The kid would rather be outside playing. And then eventually some people get so brain dead over time that they start to think that it's okay, you know? And that's what I'm realizing, is that I've gotten to that point where I've been so brain dead at times. I would just do things just out of unconsciousness, and it led me to some pretty horrible outcomes that I don't even want to talk about. Because you end up joining a religion, shut your brain off. Just listen to this book, you know? You end up joining a diet cult, shut your brain off. Just eat raw vegan, everything will be okay. No matter what fruits you eat, you can eat nothing but bananas for a year and you'll be fine, because fruit heals everything, no matter what. That's obviously not true, right? There's obviously pros and cons to different food groups. And so that's what I'm saying, is like, if you actually use your brain, you'll start to realize the deep intricacies of life. And you start to pay attention to detail, and you realize that there's an infinite number of ways of doing things. And so a lot of people, they want to take the easy way out and just shut their brain off. I know the answer. I studied in school. And they're not open to new information. And when you have new information that might actually work even better than theirs, they take offense to it. And that is a crime against humanity, because that stops the evolution of society when you think that your point of view is more important than objective truth. You see what I'm saying? And it's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's about us all working together to try to discover the truth. Because just because you have information that might be proven wrong by someone else, that doesn't mean they're better than you when you got to get into this sword fight with your dicks. It's not about that. It's just about, okay, the information's been updated. This works better. Now everyone can follow the best information. There's no reason to hold on to your outdated views just because I'm right. These kids don't know anything. Back in my day. Okay, well, back in your day, maybe they didn't have juicers. Maybe juicing has cured people of cancer, right? Stuff like that. My dad would always be on my ass because I wanted to get a better juicer and I wanted to make juices. And he'd be like, you need to eat more fiber. And it's like, dude, I was already in the hospital with an intestinal blockage from overeating too much fiber. And now that we have tools where we can correct some of that in today's society, mind you, our closest relatives, the bonobos, juice a lot of vegetables with their teeth. They'll they'll chew on the fruit or vegetable, and then they'll spit out the fiber. So juicing is actually natural. I'm not saying to never eat, but juicing already has fiber in it. So all I'm saying is I wanted to get into juicing when I was younger because I wanted to get healthier, and my dad belittled me for it. He made fun of me for it. He never supported me, and I had severe health issues, and he said, I don't care, when I got those health issues from not listening to my body. So that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying to eat this much or eat that much. I'm saying listen to your body. And don't just shut off your brain and mindlessly eat 6 meals a day because some idiot says that that's good. Maybe you only need 1 meal a day. Maybe you need 3. Maybe you need 6 juices a day. Maybe you're dehydrated. You know what I mean? Maybe everyone's body requirement is different depending on their activity level, you know, their genetics, all those different things. So if my dad would just mindlessly criticize me the way and my sister would eat, and we both had eating disorders growing up, because a lot of parents give their kids eating disorders because they all they do is they use the dinner table as a time to abuse their children. You don't like what I made, it's because you're ungrateful. Or maybe it's just your kids' taste buds telling them that the food doesn't have the nutrients they need right now. And so if the parents could just drop their egos, if the kids could just drop their egos, and if we could all choose eco over ego. Someone I think that follows me back on Instagram has named that. I love that name, eco over ego. If we could choose the ecosystem over our ego, then I think we would progress as a society a lot further. Because I believe that a lot of progression is stopped because a lot of people want to hold on to ideas because I'm right, I studied it back in my day. But what they don't realize is that things are always evolving over time, and that's okay. That doesn't mean you're lesser of a person because what you used to know has been proven false. It just means that the information is changing and it's okay. Who you are as a person is not determined. You don't have to base your self-worth on being right. That's a big problem we have in society. Just the fact that you exist shows that God said that you were worthy to exist today. So instead of trying to prove that you're right and that they're wrong, why don't you just try to listen and understand what the truth is? And I believe that if we all did that, we would live on an amazing world. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know. Thanks for tuning in. I love you guys, and until next one, I'm out. Peace.